Hey everyone! Welcome back! I am back today with more My Hero Academia. You guys, I'm very excited. If you're watching this early today, that means you are one of my awesome patrons. As always, thank you so much, and I'm sending those big old hugs right through the screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon will be in that description down below. So we had a very fun episode of My Hero last time. It had all the fun of like the previous one, but not like the heartbreaking moment of the one before that, which was, I love the heartbreaking moments too. Like the fact that they can reach me that much means that like I'm really feeling the series, but it was just very fun, and it was them figuring out all the stuff about their band, and I'm really happy with all the choices on their band. I couldn't think of this at the time, but I thought of it after the reaction, and there's something about Bakugo on the drums that reminds me of that Muppet. I think his name is Animal. He's just like attacking the drums, and so to me it just felt perfect. Like it felt perfect that he should play the drums. But they mentioned like a couple times in the episode like it's kind of doesn't make a whole lot of sense that that he would play the drums, and I'm like, I think it's perfect personally. You guys know by now how Jiro's voice affected me. I love, love, love any like story arcs involving music and singing. It's really like my guilty pleasure, and so I knew I was going to enjoy this, and I knew she was going to have a gorgeous voice, but I was not prepared. A lot of you have pointed out that it sounds like Michaela Phillips, who sang the Might Plus You song that was featured a few episodes back in the scene with Eri and Izuku. And I think that's pretty accurate. Off the top of my head, I just thought it was the voice actress, but it makes total sense that it would be that vocalist. But it was gorgeous, and it was just, it was smooth and beautiful and just angelic. And I know some of you guys have been having a lot of fun with just my very emotional reaction to it. Like I said, just music stuff. What can I say? Like singing stuff. It just gets me. It gets me every time. So that was a treat. We did get a little bit more of Gentle and La Brava, and I think I'm going to like them a lot. So after seeing Gentle last week, I can see he really doesn't seem like he's just an opportunist. Like he's just willing to do anything to get the views, you know? Like he does have like a sense of justice about what he's doing. It's almost kind of like a really extreme like activism. I think La Brava is the one who's a little bit more into like, let's get you lots of views, because she's like such a fangirl of him apparently, which I think is a really nice touch. But he does like, there is some moral code in there. It's not just like, ooh, what could I up the ante with and you know, like get more famous off of. He even mentioned how like, you know, La Brava brought up Stain, and he was like, yeah, you know, of course like extremist acts and like acts of violence are going to get a lot of attention, but that's not what I'm looking for. So it's kind of interesting, you know. I'm looking forward to seeing more about him. I just hope that like in trying to prove a point, he doesn't make things worse. He came right out and mentioned the school festival last episode, and it got me very upset and worried, because even if he's just planning on getting in to say like, haha, like I got past your security, even though you beefed it up or something, like even if he's not planning on anything, will that be just even like the little hint of some kind of attack be too much of a trigger for Eri? And that's really what I'm worried about. I'm really not even so worried about like any damage that Gentle is going to cause. Like the worst he's probably going to do is like throw tea on someone by accident. Like these kids have been through way worse. But I am a little bit concerned about just it being like a trigger for Eri after all she's been through. So let's hope it doesn't come to that. Let's hope like something goes wrong with his like attack, and it just turns into something fun and silly and happy, and everyone's just good. You know, can we just have everyone just be good for once? Like let's just have a win. Let's have a fun concert. Let's just do that. We also got a little bit about Izuku's abilities in the last episode. we know now that he can focus one for all even more, so that he is like shooting it out of a little bit more precision out of his fingers, which I think is a really cool effect anyway, because it reminds me of like Spider-Man and the way that he slings webs. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. And I guess it is something that All Might had in mind to talk to him about, but he kind of sort of had already started to learn about it just in like the last fight, and now All Might was able to come in and like help him hone it. So I'm looking forward to that. My boy just gets stronger all the time, and I'm so proud of him. Oh my goodness. I'll also let you know at this point that I saw the Heroes Rising movie. I have already seen that at this point, so I wanted to tell you guys it was awesome. I will have a review coming out, if it hasn't already come out by the time this is up. Wibbly wobbly and all that. It'll be, look for it. It's maybe already there. Maybe, I don't know. So, you know, please go check that out. And I would have to say, as a My Hero fan, if you have not seen the movie, I would highly recommend it. It was a lot of fun. So that's about all I have to say about last week's events now. So I'm excited to see where everything's going from here. Fingers crossed, it's all going to be good and fun, and nothing bad's gonna happen. So, right? I mean, what could go wrong? Oh God, I regret even saying that. All right, you guys, let's get started on the next episode of My Hero Academia Plus Ultra. Hero 2. Practice to kill. Does my baby boy have 2 left feet? Snap. Oh, I wish I could dance with them. Muriel, what are you doing? Oh, he wants so badly to make a joke. Oh! What did we ever do to deserve Muriel? What did we ever do as humankind to deserve such a treasure is what I want to know. Huh? His daughter. That's true, it's going to be like sensory overload. Good idea. Oh, they all get to meet her now. I can't. Yes, everyone gets to know Arian, have some tea, and it'll be so fun. Oh my. They all think it's okay. They all think it's his kid. Okay, well. Go beyond. Oh. Oh. Oh, baby girl. That's completely original, huh? That's... I'm already blown away. Look at it. He's up here. He's right up here. Izuku being a prime example of a teenage boy right now. I take it he will be in no pageants. Oh, honey. Yay. Are we going to get to see the one who made all their equipment? Yes! I'll get her with her little cup.
からない。
Oh, she's never.
けどたくさんいろんな人が頑張ってるからどんな風になるのかなって。
You're gonna get to see, honey bunny.
それを人はワクワクさんって呼ぶのさ。ねすこ
Look at him eat! Oh my god! Look at him eat his cheese! I can't handle it.
チーズ食べてる。
He's kind of like a mouse
私も
bear.
ワクワクするのさ。
ヒーローが不安定な中、また遊泳に何かあれば、
I mean-
それが効かなくなる。
ごもっともです。生徒たちに必要
Right.
なイベントだと考えています。
Exactly.
安全は尽くします。だからどうかこれ以上暗い未来を指し示すわけにはい
Right.
かな
They
い。
need this.
詳しくは言わないけど校長頑張ったみたいよ。その結果セキュリティもさらなる強化、そして万が一警報が鳴った場合それが誤報だろうと即座の中止と避難が開催条件になったの。学校近辺にハウンドドッグを放つし、
Oh, nice! Quirk
そう
dog.
A 組の出し物職員室でも話題になってたよ。青春頑張ってね。
It's so wholesome and whimsical.
僕たちはダンスクビです。
No! Don't! Please! He can get better! He can do something! Give him a tambourine or something! Guys!
クビです。
演出隊からの引き抜きです。人手が足らんのだと。
Oh, okay.
エレちゃんに踊る。
全体に青山が行き渡るようにしたいんだけど、
青山くんが行き渡るって何？
そんな大掛かりな装置もないし人力で動かせるドア担当が欲しいんだって。
Oh!
僕ステージ序盤でところで面白いのってその瞬間だけでものの1分くらいで誰も気にしなくなると思うわけ。
Right, unless he's moving around.
じゃあミラーボールが違う。
These kids are so smart. Like, they could seriously go into event planning after this.
エルシ
I bet there's some cheese in it for you,
ーこのよう
Izuku.
に練習や攻めるコントロールとなると何かコツみたいなものってあるんでしょうか？
わからん。
He's like,
私はなんとなくイメージを作ること。それだけだ。
right.
イメー
Just
ジを
visualize,
肌
maybe
で
that'll
感
help.
覚を覚える。繰り返しやるのみってことかも。
久々の完結。
He's kind of, overdoing it, I guess. Whoa! Still got them reflexes, though.
お怪我は？
初音さん
だってね、中遠距離主体ならともかく近接主体の私では壊れてしまうことが多くてね。
Oh.
結果的にこの身一つで戦うことを選んだのさ。
He can still do it?
マッスルフォーム。
Oh, just for a second.
アイテムで補強していくのは素晴らしいアイデアだけどね。くれぐれも頼りすぎることのないよ。
That's not a bad point,
アイ
yeah.
テムを失ったら力が発
仕送りでいただいた幻の紅茶
Ooh.
ゴールドティップスインペリアルですの。
Oh, no. This? マルマルマルマルマル。
山本ちゃんのお茶飲まへんの？
画像ない動画で残ってはいないか。アイテム付きオールマイトアイテム付きをしまった。タップしちゃった。
Oh. Ooh. That worked out well.
色はいつどんな紅茶を飲む？
That doesn't have something to do, the tea they're drinking doesn't have something to do with that.
選んだけでなく社会全体に警鐘を鳴らすことになる。心して待っていただきたい。
短っ。
この人
有名な人？評価の割合えぐいけど。
僕もなんとなくしか知らないけど
Look at all those dislikes, though.
有名なヴィランだよ。
彼らに足りないのは不測の事態への備え。要するに危機意識の低さ。この時世に文化祭を開こうなどと考えるのがその。
Okay, so he's kind of siding more with the
子
police,
供たちまで巻き込むことになるのは果たしてどうなのかしら。
right?
ラブラバ、これは警鐘なのだよ。私の侵入によって卵たちもまた強く育つのだ。
真に憂いてるがゆえな。
So he thinks he's helping them to be like more prepared.
開かない
He has no idea about Eri.
ケンヤが喫茶店だ。
いつものようにお外でたしなまないの？リスキーよ。
70を超えたマスターが一人で欲しかしたラブラバ。ここで 飲まなければいけないのだよ。
Okay, so he like
なぜなら
needs
こ
to
の
have that
店
tea.
幻の紅茶ゴールドチップスインペ
Oh.
リアルを提供している。今回の大仕事に見合うとは思わんかね。
You know, you gotta respect that he planned a tea stop on
し
his
かも回
mission.
転は再び脇道へ入り建設現場を越えると森に囲まれた小高い山が現れる。ここを登ると
Oh, that's not where they
そこが
practice, is
有
it?
名だ。
Where
ボスは
Izuku and All
索
Might.
敵に長けた歯いい相棒を持ったものだ。ラブラバには本当に感謝しているよ。
やめてジェントル、私がジェントルは大好きなの。
ラブラバ本当だよ。
Don't make me like them.
ため苦手なハイテク
気持ちが抑えられなくて住所を割っちゃいました。大ファンです。歴史に名を刻むためのお手伝い。
I mean,
私
don't make them likable. Oh boy.
私もさラブラバ私は成功させるぞ。必ずだ。
They could be putting those efforts into like, oh, they could be putting those efforts into like doing something to really help though if they feel that strongly. You know what I mean? All right, you guys, that was such a great episode. Let's talk about it. So a lot of just happy, fun stuff with practicing and getting Eri familiar with UA. I just can't tell you how nice it's been to have, you know, we definitely still have our stuff that we're dealing with, but just, even just the idea of like trying to have fun and happiness in like these crazy times, it's really a beautiful message and I love it. I loved Eri getting to see UA. I can't even imagine what she like must have been thinking. They did give us like a little insight when that skeleton popped up in her face. She thought it was, I can't remember her name, the dragon, the one who was, was in charge of the work study for Froppy and Uraraka. So they did give us like a little bit of insight on some of what she was thinking, but like I can only imagine even that tour was like sensory overload for her. But it's fun. It's all like good, happy, fun stuff, and I hope she'll just like be able to have joy from just watching the crazy antics of everyone doing their best and trying to get along and trying to put on this show, and it's just very fun and sweet. And she really just, I feel like she really just needs to be like eased into society, you know, because it's going to be really hard for her. Like a little girl who doesn't even know how to smile. Oh, I just can't even get into it. Oh my goodness. But, you know, I'm glad that, you know, there's no time like the present to just start kind of easing her in. And the whole thing with Gentle, I can see where he and Labrava are going to be like fun to watch and somewhat likable, which kind of like drives me nuts. I'm like, no, I just want to dislike them. They're the villains, but they're kind of interesting, not really villains either. I just really wish they would, if they feel that strongly that there is corruption and problems in Hero Society, I wish they could do something that wasn't so adversarial to make a difference about it. I know that's hard to say when we already know that Hero Society is a little messed up. You know, there's some definite like problems, you know, but I mean, I don't want them on this side of it. They don't seem like they're really villains, you know what I mean? And so I guess Gentle's whole thing is like to show them, okay, well, you shouldn't be attracting this kind of attention when times are so dire, which is kind of what the police were saying. But if you really feel that strongly about it, I just wish that they were going about it a different way. And that's all well and good. I mean, if it weren't for Eri, that would probably work, you know? He would go in, he would get one of the alarms sounded, and he would just be able to say, see, this is why you shouldn't, blah, blah, blah. But he just doesn't realize that the Eri factor makes this so much more dangerous because, A, it'd be a horrible thing for her to have a bad experience her first time out trying to, like, get used to the world. And also, we don't know if that's going to trigger her to like panic and start, you know, her powers will go out of control. Aizawa will be close by, I'm sure, throughout the whole thing, but we just, he just shouldn't mess around with the stuff. He doesn't know what he's getting into. I knew when I saw the tea, I'm like, oh no, don't tell me. And of course this whole thing is going to be centered around tea and his tea time in the morning and everything. I mean, that's a bold move to like be planning a mission. And you're like, but first I'm going to have this 90-minute tea time out in public with like witnesses. And like, yeah, albeit not that many, but come on. So he doesn't think like he really doesn't. Like, he's not a criminal. He does, like, he's smart, but, I mean, you can just tell. He's not a villain. I just feel like, why is he trying to be a villain? It's frustrating to me. But they're a lot of fun to watch, and it was kind of cool to see how they came together in this episode. So he mentioned going through the forest outside UA. Are All Might and Izuku going to be practicing? Because that might put an end to it right there. Like that. So I honestly don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But I just want this to be a good experience for Eri. I think it's really important that she just has some good experiences to build her confidence and, you know, being able to go out into the world and kind of live as a normal person. Like, can she just have like a few good experiences to build her confidence with that before we start? I know these are crazy times, and I know it's never just going to be all peaceful all the time. But boy, just talk about terrible timing. Very fun up, you guys. I don't know where this is all going. I'm really hoping maybe it'll just end up just being silly. And you know what I mean? Like, he'll try to get in and it'll be slapsticky and it'll just be silly and everything will turn out great. I really hope it's not going to be what I'm afraid of. You know what I mean? I think I'm just traumatized from the whole overhaul arc. I'm sure that's all it is. But in any event, I'm very excited to see where it's all going next. I think our effects team and dance team and band are looking pretty great. Izuku has been drafted over to the effects team. I'm a little sad because I did want to see him dance. But it does make sense, and it's cool that, you know, he and Aoyama kind of developed this little friendship, and now we kind of get to see them interacting a little bit more. So I can't wait to see what's next. I'm hoping it's all good and just fun and happy, and just give us a win. Just give us a win, you know? That's all I'm asking for. Just one win. That's all. So you guys, I had a blast with it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to join me next time, and we will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.